You're welcome back. Now it's time for Joy News Interactive. Time to hear from you, our cherished viewers, on what your thoughts are of some of the news that we've been making the headlines. You know how to join us. Join us on Facebook. It's /Joy News on TV, and on Twitter is Joy News on TV. So our first issue. You heard us earlier when we brought you the story on the 3.5% fuel price increase, which took effect at the pumps today, crossing the dreaded 5 cedi price per litre. While Shell, Goil and other fuel stations are selling a litre for more than 5 cedis, 10 pesos. So the question is, what do you make of the fuel price hikes?
Honestly speaking, I would like to have to park my car because how I manage to plan for the weekend and all that. Right now I can't even use my car. So I have to make sure I use the private transport to help myself out. I vote for change, which this change is not helping. So I'm sure 2020, I'm going back for the other party.
Since we become an oil producing company, they should rather build a refinery here, and then instead of exporting unrefined oil outside and then buying refined oil for our people to use, they should rather refine them here and then reduce the price for us. I think it's quite unfortunate that the price have been hiked that way. So they should rethink. They should do something else about it.
It's not easy. When they increase the fuel, the drivers also increase the TNT. Then the market women, when they go and buy their goods, they also increase the price. So everything in the country will also increase, making the levy so hard. Ghana is not easy now. Vice President Dr. Bawumia, he's the one I'm disappointed in. The kind of question he was asking the NDC men. So me, myself, I had a trust in him. I thought he was the best economist. He can come and take Ghana to the best place, but I don't see anything. So I'm pleading with him. He should go and see his bosses so that they can give him some, let's say, principles or some production technique that he can use to stabilize our economy for us.
So let's see what you've been saying about this particular matter. Let's turn to Facebook, and Abdallah Martin says, this government has no intention to make life hard for the ordinary Ghanaian. The fact that we have reduced fuel price in March 2018 and November 2017, reduced electricity tariffs by 17.5% for residential users and over 30% for industrial users, a reduction in water tariffs by 10%, and taking away the burden from parents on payment of fees at SHS and creating an unprecedented number of jobs shows clearly that the government's sole intention is to make life better. It's very proper to demand more from our government as citizens. We are entitled to that, and this government is committed to doing that, which the citizens are entitled to. It's very okay to complain about petroleum prices. Ours is a listening government. We will not dance yintiobia to your genuine concerns. Well, Mahama Prince Photos writes, it's the change we change for the change in fuel prices that change Ghanaians' hope in the kind of change we changed. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Selom Kwashiga says, when the economic fundamentals are weak, everything becomes expensive. Time will tell. LOL. Martin Kobla Dojikin says, when lies win you power, it's only a matter of time before you get exposed. And Nafui Fanyinama says, who cares if they decided to sell it at 20 cedis? After all, we called for change. Israel Akpalu says, and a big media organization, okay, well, well, let's move on. Kwesi Boatian says, Joy News, what do you want the general public to say? It's about time we stop reading political meanings into everything and think of finding permanent solutions to issues, where these are issues that affect ordinary people, and we talk about that all the time. Atanga Maxwell says, haha, it's like a student who knows the obvious answer to a question but asking to hear from others. Me, I feel so happy. Okay, so Sharon Edujemfi says, as a journalist, I expect you to do your research and tell us whether the increase is as a result of world market prices or government taxes. Well, we've been doing that as well if you've been listening. And Kwesi Aqua says, Bawumia and Nanado are insensitive. Now, residents of Red Top, a community close to West Hills Mall at Weija, now live in fear following months of robbery attacks. The crime officer of the new Weija District Police Station, DSP Joseph Afokwa, says the police will beef up security in the area, but residents must also devise innovative ways of protecting themselves. So the question we're asking you is, what innovative measures do you propose?
What the society can do, which will be very simple and not so costly in the sense of money and then their lives as well, is them being on guard. And then they should assist the police by reporting suspects. Yes, you see someone in your area, you suspect the person of one or two things, you should be on guard and let the police be aware about it.
You have to invest in burglar-proof sliding doors, alarm systems, camera, CCTV systems. But the thing is that these cost money. So at the end of the day, it's up to the law enforcement to help us secure our roads, our estates, our living areas. So for the police to tell the people to find ways to secure their homes, I think they have a point, but they also have to take measures at the end of the day, we have to look up to them too.
In the first place, I think the police shouldn't suggest such ways to our people. They are in charge of our security. Now, we are already dealing with the issue of vigilantism in the system, and this came about as a result of the political parties not trusting the security operatives to kind of protect or secure the ballot boxes. And so this issue of vigilantism has come into the system. Now, if the police are asking the residents to find innovative ways of protecting them, then I think it's not right. They should rather, with their investigative skills and knowledge that they've gotten from their training, they should rather fish out, rather seek for information instead of the populace trying to look for a way or a means of securing themselves.
So straight away, let's go to Facebook and see what you've been saying about this. James Abusanga says the community members should come together and exchange numbers or form WhatsApp groups to keep themselves updated on the robbery attacks and also contribute a little each to hire security personnel to assist them combat the menace. Let's see. First, Mary Bonison says this nonsense must stop. It's getting out of hand. Please help. So that's a plea for help. Fred Selassie says the innovative measures now is to vote MPP out of power. Ghana is a failed state now. Then we come to Emmanuel Akwa, who says the government must intensify security in the area to assure serenity to prevail in the vicinity. And Pantia Philip writes, maybe one armed robber, one bullet, but Pantia, this is no laughing matter.